I'm Günter. I've been a forklift operator here for many years, 31 to be exact. I really know my way around. I know where every stone is. 10 hectares, it's really hard to find what I'm looking for all the time. And so you need to have a very good memory. You need to train and be very disciplined, so you know where you've put something and can find it again. In the past, we've had issues with quick staff turnover. Young people don't want to do it anymore and can't concentrate. We always have to search for things. We end up delivering the wrong parts, or we can't find them. Hey, I'm Christoph, and I'm in charge of optimizing the company's logistics processes. I started out at the company as a young, energetic guy. You obviously join a company with 1,000 ideas in your head about everything you can change, particularly when it comes to optimization and digitalization. But then what I found here was a company that was still deep in the Stone Age. Manual processes, nothing was documented properly, the mapping was very basic. The worst thing for me is when I go on holiday. Everything's fine before I leave. Then after 3 weeks away, I come back and I can't find anything anymore. For 1 or 2 months, it's really stressful, and that's carried over to the clients. We have to apologize for incorrect deliveries or missing deliveries. Of course, the experienced forklift operators, the old-timers, they know that this pallet always goes here or this item's usually stored here. They have it all memorized, but bringing new people on board? It took ages for them to get used to the processes and learn where they had to go and what they had to do. And so to get a handle of the problem, we decided we need a system. We just need a forklift guidance system that very clearly tells our operators what they have to do, where they need to go, where they can get the information from, and just makes life for them out in the warehouse a lot simpler. My motto is, young people just need to have more training so they can learn everything and be disciplined. Now we've got this young logistics manager, and he believes using technology makes everything better. I've got my doubts. Basically, what we can say today is that by introducing this forklift guidance system and the mobile scanner components, our forklifts no longer make any or make hardly any empty runs. So they're always full and are always being used productively. And then all our stock is logged properly in the ERP system. And so, if I looked in the ERP system right now, I could be sure that this amount of stock is actually available out there. We don't have to search anymore. We know exactly where to find what stock. And as for the whole onboarding process, taking on new employees has become so much more streamlined because the processes are very well thought out and defined. Employees are taken through the entire system excellently. And finally, the only other thing I can say is that we have been able to significantly improve the overall efficiency of our logistics, and incorrect loads are a thing of the past for us. So here, goods receipt goes like this. The truck arrives with the ordered goods, which are taken into our yard. The forklift operator checks the forklift terminal to see what pallets need to be unloaded. They get the pallets, scan them, and firstly put them in the goods receipt storage bin. As soon as they have put them in the goods receipt storage bin, they are posted in the ERP system, and the stock becomes available and visible to us in the ERP system. What happens next is the forklift operator gets the pallets from the goods receipt storage bin and takes them to the target storage bin. Here, they travel across the site and can put the pallet anywhere they want. As soon as they put the pallet down, the GPS coordinates are calculated, and these GPS coordinates are linked to the stock and the pallet in the ERP system. And from that point, we are able to locate pallets with an accuracy of up to 30 centimeters across the whole site. The unique thing about our process is we have to pre-pick certain goods. So when clients don't take full pallets or whole containers, we take a portion of the goods on the pallet and create new pallets. That means we have mixed pallets. And this pre-picking process takes place at the corresponding pre-picking location. That's why we chose to use this scanner solution. It's a mobile device with which the employee simply puts the goods that need picking, the individual parts, the small quantities and individual quantities, onto a new pallet. So they pick and put the items on the new pallet. And the final step of this operation, this pre-picking process, involves putting that mixed pallet away again with the forklift. And here the GPS signal is transmitted again and can be seen later on again by the forklift operator when loading, so they know where to find each mixed pallet. Here, the goods issue or loading process goes like this. The trucks that collect the goods get the loading documents from our office cabins. On there, it says what they need to load. They then go to the respective loading location, which is when the real work begins for the forklift operator. So, with the order number, the forklift operator can see in the system what goods and what pallets need to be loaded. So, on their forklift terminal, they have an overview of all the authorized items. And on that forklift guidance system screen, they can see the GPS points of the pallet on a map. So the system guides them precisely to that pallet or guides them precisely to that item. They then scan the pallet again to double check and load it into the truck. So that's how they navigate around the site, or around the whole storage area, and know what pallets they need to take. And we can then be sure that all items, all pallets, have been loaded correctly onto the right truck. Once everything has been loaded, the truck goes to the goods issue office, where the printed delivery documents are already waiting for them. Behind the scenes, all the stock postings are made in the ERP system, and the forklift operator can start working on the next order right away. I've tested it out now. At the start, I was very skeptical about all that technology, but it was actually easier for me. I don't have as much paper on me or run around looking for things. I found that everything I needed was right there. Scanning was pretty easy and it worked from quite a distance. I just need to get into the routine a bit more, but from what I've seen, I can imagine that it does actually work, particularly if everyone works together. Sometimes we have temp workers working with us for a set amount of time. If someone puts an item in the wrong place, we can find it every time if we just use the system consistently. I would just like to say, Christoph, you won the first round. Now we need to do a bigger test run, but I'm open to it. You just got to know our funny forklift operator, Günter. We ran into our fair share of Günters. I'm actually Günter Lochner, Managing Director of L-Mobile, and I brought these technologies and ideas to the fore. We often meet people like him who are facing these problems. They can't find stuff anymore, they have huge expenses, they spend days searching, and have bottlenecks in their logistics chain. That inspired us to use new technologies to make logistics even more efficient in outdoor spaces. Surprise! I'm not a logistics manager. I'm a sales rep for L-Mobile Solutions, and if you want to experience live how a forklift guidance system works in practice, what that looks like, and how the combination of hardware and GPS tracking works, then come and visit us here in Germany. You're very welcome, and I can't wait to meet you.